So the UX 2-day course is a foundation course, and we'll start with a kind of quick understanding and the theory of what UX is in a commercial environment, be it startups or large organizations. And that'll be quite brief, but you do kind of need a bit of a foundational knowledge of what does it mean to be a UX practitioner. It'll cover, because it covers the domains of usability, it covers the domain of content strategy, visual design, as well as development. So we'll just kind of cover the areas of overlap of those domains. But ultimately, it's going to be really practical. So it'll cover the whole gamut from the creation of a value proposition all the way through to build and possibly beyond, how do you sustain UX practice or product that you've designed and delivered. And we'll go through all those stages. And that'll be divided into 7 stages. So it's about initiation, the discovery stage, the concept design stage, the detail design stage, then actually build, and then actually a learning and retrospective, and then possibly sustaining a governance of UX. So what we'll do is go through the processes and methodologies for each of those stages, and then we'll have some really practical hands-on workshops so that by the end of it you'll feel like you've actually practiced these techniques. So it's not going to be an academic in nature. Of course, we'll cover some of the theory and best practices and maybe latest developments in it. It'll be really hands-on. So don't worry if you can't draw or you don't think you're creative. That doesn't matter. You'll be sketching, you'll be collaborating with other people on the course. It's fun, and it really kind of draws out the design potential that I think everybody has, be it project managers, developers, or obviously designers as well, some of who are interested in kind of amping up the digital skills. Okay, so it's quite varied. So one cohort I would say are developers. It might be they don't really have the design skills in their organizations to help them kind of design the front-end experience that they feel they need. So whether it's in a Scrum environment or a waterfall environment, there's UX methodologies they can learn so that they can go into rapid development during sprints. Okay, so it definitely is of great aid to developers. And the thing is, more and more developers are actually crossing into the design domain anyway, particularly design patterns or boilerplates. You know, developers are really pushing, you know, the frontier of digital design as well, especially in the day of responsive. So definitely for developers. If you've done, let's say, some Scrum training and now you're not quite sure, what do I take into a sprint? How do I kind of spec up or design a baseline concept to take into sprints? So obviously that could be project managers, it could be product owners, it could be business analysts. They benefit from having basic UX training as well, because then they can actually come up with concepts to then test within a Scrum framework. I'd say project managers as well, because it's not just about designing concepts. To some extent, it's also about organization design and process design. So that sounds a bit more abstract. I think UX is more traditionally associated with designing apps, designing websites, and we'll definitely cover that as well. But depending on the needs of the people in the room, UX processes can be used for designing a value proposition, even defining a strategy and vision of an organization. More and more design thinking is being used at higher and higher levels in the organization. So it kind of covers a gamut of people who want practical skills of what the hell am I going to take into build. Okay. It also is for project managers who aren't sure what design activities do I include in my project plan, you know, in my Microsoft project plan. Or it could also, of course, be for people working at high levels in an organization who want to define how their business operates, how to capture what the customer and market is demanding for today, and also even defining their strategy and vision. So it's used for that whole gamut.